Shalom. First off, we give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Bachar Kodash, that belongs to the apostles and elders to the that teach us his word. And Shalom unto the hopeful elect upon the four corners of this earth that shall make it up out of here in truth and in sincerity. So this lesson, this is Yatazak Ba from the GMS Nebraska camp, and this lesson that I wanted to bring out is going to be it's going to be regarding knowing, knowing the scriptures and reading things in the scriptures, but not following those things, because these scriptures aren't just words. They aren't just words on paper. These are commandments and laws and accounts, and these are commandments and laws from the Most High. These are accounts from our forefathers, examples for us to follow and examples for us to not follow. These scriptures are how we're supposed to operate. This truth, it gives us the order and how we're supposed to operate, the righteousness and how we're supposed to operate. Hey, these scriptures, we go out on the highways and we read them and we tell people how they're supposed to act and what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do. But we're supposed to be doing those things as well. I can't think of the exact scripture right now, but it says that I'm butchering it, but we follow and read and study these scriptures not only to save ourselves but to save others also. So while we go on the highways and we go out there to save others, we got to be saving ourselves as well. It isn't just for us to read and say to other people, but we have to read these scriptures and be cutting ourselves as well. We have to be reading these scriptures and read it and say, dang, this is a cut to me. This is something that I do. So this is James chapter 1 verse 22. It says, but be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. Because you could read some in the scriptures and it could pertain to you. You could read some in the scriptures and be like, dang, this is something that relates to me. This is something that I can relate to. It's like this is something that I can compare myself and my situation and my mental challenges to, but you don't follow what the scriptures tells you, or you don't read it to retain it. You don't read it to follow it. You just read it just to read it. So you're reading that, you're seeing yourself in that scripture. You're like, dang, this is something I do. And then you put you put your sword down and just walk away and continue about your life. Hey, these scriptures are here for a reason. These scriptures are here for us to follow it, not just for us to hear, not just for us to read for nothing. There's always a purpose with the scriptures. Let's get 2 Timothy 3:16. It says, all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. Verse 17, it says that the man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. So that's what the scripture is here for. It's here to shape us into what we're supposed to be, that the man of the Most High may be perfect. That's what our goal is, to be perfect. So that's why you're supposed to follow these scriptures. It's profitable for correcting yourself, for instruction on how you're supposed to be as a man of the Lord, as a person in His truth, as a person who follows the Lord. It says that the man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. You don't want to be, you gotta imagine your conversation and your mind and how you operate as a house. You don't want that house to be furnished with a whole bunch of BS. You don't want your house to be furnished with a whole bunch of carnality and wickedness. You want people to walk inside your house and see it clean. It smells nice. It's all decorated. It looks nice. Everything's in the right spot. Ain't nothing nowhere on the floor. Nothing. Everything is all set up nicely. And that's how you should want your conversation to be, or that's how you should want to operate as a person, to where people come around you they're like, dang, you're thoroughly furnished, you know. You're a good person, and not just a good person as to what society thinks is a good person, but a good person according to what the Most High deems a good person, you know. So that's why we read these scriptures. You can't just read these scriptures and not pertain it to yourself. You know, we go on the highways and we read, you know, Jacob's trouble's coming. But you have to treat yourself like, hey, you got to treat yourself like you're reading that to yourself. Jacob's trouble's coming. You know, you got to say that to yourself. And so when you go on the highways or you make a lesson and you say, hey, Jacob's trouble is coming, you know. Put your hand to the plow, gird up your loins. You got to be saying that to yourself as well, you know. This is James 4:17. It says, therefore to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. You know, so hey, you read these scriptures and and you know what's right from wrong, what's good and bad. You know what's good, but you're still not doing it. That's sin. You know, it's sin because these scriptures are telling you what you're supposed to be doing and you're not doing it. You know, these scriptures give you instruction and everything. It says all scripture is given for doctrine, reproof, correction, and instruction. You know, so hey, that's why we read these scriptures. That's why you should be opening up your sorting and some reading in. You know, and you're supposed to read these scriptures and go from there and get that inspiration and keep going. You know, and shape yourself into the man that you know you're supposed to be, the person and this truth that you know you're supposed to be. You know, not just telling other people about it, not just telling other people that that this is how they're supposed to be. That's how you're supposed to be as well. You know, because you know it's good. You know it's righteousness. You know that's the correct reproof and instruction, but you're not doing it. So therefore it's sin. You know? So here, let me go to Luke chapter 6. So this is Luke chapter 6, and I'll start at verse 46. It says, I'll start at 47. Salakia. This is Luke chapter 6, verse 47. It says, whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built an house and digged deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. But he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built an house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. You know, so hey, you can read these scriptures and then you can focus on what the scriptures are saying and put it to yourself and pertain it to yourself and cut yourself, give yourself that correction and reproof and instruction. And then you're building your house on that strong foundation. You're building yourself and your spirit on that strong foundation. You know, you're giving yourself a foundation so that you can hold strong. You know, you can stand stiffly. You know, hey, even when Satan comes, you're going to be able to fight and combat against that because hey, you're reading these scriptures. You already know what's right and what's wrong. You already know what the deal is. You know, but if you read these scriptures and then walk away and you aren't retaining them, you aren't practicing them, you know, or anything like that, then you don't have a foundation. You know, you're gonna be shaky. You're gonna fall. You know, because you aren't for real putting your hands to plow. You know, you're just reading just to read. You're just saying just to say. These scriptures aren't just something that you're supposed to just recite. These are things that you're supposed to practice and believe in all truth and sincerity, you know? So, hey, with that being said, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, With that being said, hey, Shalom.